It gives me a great deal of pleasure to present to you the next President of the United States, Jimmy Carter.
Sometimes introductions are hard to follow. I remember about 5 years ago when I was running for governor, and the young man who introduced me had done a great deal of work on my background, and he got up and said, "We have with us tonight, at that time, Senator Jimmy Carter from Plains, Georgia. He went to Georgia Southwestern College where he studied chemistry. And then he said he went to Georgia Tech where he studied engineering. And then he pointed out that I had gone to the U.S. Naval Academy and received a degree in naval science. And then he said he went to Union College in Schenectady, New York, where he did his graduate work in nuclear physics. And now he said he grows peanuts for a living."
Most candidates for president begin their quest from Washington, D.C. Jimmy Carter entered this race from a small town in South Georgia. Like many Americans, he feels out of touch with Washington and the people who govern there. He intends to tear down the walls that separate us from our government so that our country can once again reflect the ideals and hopes of ordinary people who have struggled to make our country great.
My children will be the sixth generation on the same land. And although I've had a good chance to get an education as an engineer and a scientist, nobody in my family before my generation ever had a chance to finish high school. We've always worked for a living. We know what it means to work.
Through hard work, Jimmy Carter built a successful family business. And he put the same drive and energy into solving community problems. First as a state senator, then as governor of Georgia. While governor, Jimmy Carter proved that state government can be competent, open, and honest. He took his ideas directly to the people, and they liked what he had to say.
Well, my grocery bill has gone up between $10 and $15 a week.
He fought special interests and began programs responsive to the needs of the people, launching reforms in mental health, education, and environmental protection. He left a surplus of $116 million in the Treasury and successfully directed a total reorganization of the state bureaucracy.
The bureaucracy in Washington now is the most confused, bloated, overlapping, wasteful that mankind has ever created. There's no way to get an answer out of Washington, no way to understand what's going on there. You've got 1,900 agencies and departments in Washington. That needs to be chopped down to no more than 200. When I was elected governor, we had 300 agencies. But I went in as a businessman, as a farmer, as a planner, as a scientist, and we abolished 278 of those agencies. And we set up a very simple structure of government that was economical and efficient. And more importantly, that the people could understand for a change and control. We cut administrative costs more than 50%. With a new budgeting technique called zero-based budgeting, we eliminated all the old obsolescent programs, put into effect long-range goals and planning, and cut administrative costs more than 50%, and shifted that money and that service and that work toward giving better government services to our people. We had a disgraceful education system, now we've got a pretty good one. Had a disgraceful prison system, it's much better than it was. Had a disgraceful mental health program, now it's pretty good. When I went out of office, we had a AAA bond rating, and I think we had restored the confidence of people in their own government. I don't claim to know all the answers, but I'm telling you that all those things I described to you just then that have been done in Georgia will be done in Washington when I'm in the White House.
What Jimmy Carter did as governor, he'll do as president. If you agree that government should be reorganized, vote for Jimmy Carter, a leader of change.